are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So you would not fucking believe it. UFC 300 today. Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje, probably the greatest finish in UFC history, and I fucking missed it. And not through any fault of my own either. I was watching the UFC on my TV at home, on my dodgy box that gets every channel in the fucking world, and it was working fine. It was working perfectly fine. I watched the Bo Nickel fight. He looked a little bit lackluster. I don't think he's going to be able to take someone like Hamzat or anyone higher than like fucking top 15, at least for another couple of years. I saw the Oliveira fight. That was a great fight. Then what was next? Yeah, then it was the Gaethje fucking Holloway fight. And I'm sitting there in my lounge room enjoying this war. Saw Holloway break Gaethje's nose. Saw fucking Gaethje fight through that. You got to be the toughest motherfucker to get through that. How does anyone fucking do that? That's just a different fucking level. Holloway was looking good. Even before he got into the octagon, he looked fucking big and strong. I remember when he fought Poirier at lightweight, at 155, whenever the fuck it was, he looked small and skinny. But today, he looked big. His shoulders looked big. He looked strong. And I was like, he's going to fucking give him a run today. And run he did. Anyway, I'm watching it, and it's a great fight. It gets to round fucking 4, and what happens? My internet starts cutting out, starts slowing down, and it's buffering or whatever, that circle thing keeps coming up, and I'm like, no. So I fucking leave my house, and I walked briskly. I didn't have a run in me. I walked briskly to the pub near my house to catch the last little bit of the last round, and I walk in just as Holloway's running around the fucking octagon. The crowd's going wild. I'm like, what happened? What happened? Was it good? And it was. I've seen the replay like 4 million times now. Holloway, who was winning the fight, points to the middle of the ring against Gaethje, who can knock you out in one punch, and is like, let's fucking throw down. And they just throw down. 9 seconds left, and it's just haymakers galore. And fucking with 1 second remaining, Holloway connects and just folds Gaethje. Face first into the fucking canvas, Gaethje. It was unfucking believable, and I missed it. I fucking missed it. What a tragedy. Anyway, the Chinese girls fighting for the strawweight, bantamweight, whatever the fuck it is. That was a great fight as well. Those Chinese girls, they're tough fucking bitches. They are real tough bitches. And then the main event, Pereira versus Hill, and that went how I thought it was going to go. I thought Pereira was going to fucking clip him pretty comfortably. Hill was coming back from an Achilles injury, and Pereira I feel like he, for the next 2 years, is going to be almost unbeatable. I feel like this is the way it's going to play out. He's going to move to heavyweight. He's going to fight Aspinall. And the heavyweight division is a little bit fucking seedy at the moment because John Jones is the champion, who's the greatest fighter of all time, but he's holding up the division with his injury, and he's going to fight Stipe Miocic, who's like 43 years old. He's not even fucking an active fighter. So these young guns, these young bulls are waiting on John Jones Miocic, which isn't even a fucking fight. Who gives a shit? Everyone knows that's a horse shit fight. I mean, Stipe is great and all, but he's not active. You've got Aspinall there, and you've got Pereira coming through. So what I think is going to happen is Pereira is going to fight Aspinall next, and I just feel like he's going to get Aspinall. Aspinall's fucking good though, real fucking good. If he clips Pereira, he's big too, big and fast. It's not a foregone conclusion, that one. I do like Aspinall. But those two fight, and I reckon Pereira wins. I don't know how. I think he just clips him. Aspinall can take him to the ground, though. Anyway, this is all hypothetical shit. Pereira wins, and I feel like John Jones will be like, I have more chance against Pereira than I do Aspinall, because John Jones can just use wrestling and jiu-jitsu and shit against Pereira. So he will scrap the fight against Miocic and he'll come back against Pereira, and that's just going to be hectic. Hectic with a fucking capital H. Because literally no one gives a fuck about the Miocic-Jones fight. But I don't think Jones wants to fight these other guys either. But I think he'd be more willing to fight Pereira than Aspinall. Anyway, that's not all the news. We've got fucking Conor McGregor coming back as well on June 3rd. And who else do we have? Oh yeah, Poirier versus Islam Makhachev. There's some good fights coming up. There's some good fights. So that ended up being a good card. What else? Fucking the Bondi stabbings have been on the news, just absolutely fucking blanket coverage. And it's just, you know, it's very interesting to see the coverage and the reactions from just about everyone in the entire world. You know, with like all the tragic things that are happening in the entire world at the moment, this for some reason seems to be the most tragic, because the King of England, sent his regards about the tragedy. Every single world leader, the English, the fucking Swedish, everyone, even the Pope came out and said what an absolute tragedy it was. And it is a fucking tragedy. They seem to be pretty fucking silent on some other tragedies though. You know what I mean? There seems to be some sort of hierarchy of care. I did a little bit of math and it seems to be 100,000 Palestinians equal 4 people in Bondi. I mean, in a value ratio. All of it's fucking tragic, by the way. I suppose there's so much going on in the world right now that it's just not possible to care about everything. Anyway, we're edging closer and closer to World War III, so it could be all over soon anyway, for all of us. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for today, and I'll see ya the fuck later.